Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to do a video on undercoating my truck, but I don't undercoat it with, the typical types of undercoating. Back, as long as I can remember, they would sell like undercoating that was kind of like a stick-on, get hard kind of material. And the tide is kind of shifted more to stuff that kind of stays wet and kind of self-healing is probably the best way to put it. And this fluid film, there's a couple of other ones. I live in the Rust Belt, so it's definitely a problem for us here. Our cars generally die of rust issues before they die mechanically. And for myself, I've been doing this, which is bar and chain oil. I find the fact that it sticks to metal really good. If you ever dealt with it, it's very tacky in its capacity, and that's kind of what you want. It was meant and designed to stick to the chain of a chainsaw and not get flung off, and it's kind of the same thought process that I have on my truck, is that it gets stuck on the frame. It makes it harder for it to get removed. The only problem with it is it's fairly thick. It's a little hard to spray. This is a Schultz undercoating gun. For essentially fluid film, you would spray it through. But the thickness of this is just a little bit too much, and it will spray it, but it sprays it very blotchy. So that's going to get cut with either kerosene or diesel or something along those lines to help thin it out a little bit. But I figure I'd turn the camera on. We'll take a look at this truck. Has been done before. I say probably about 3 years ago. And what happens is that the dirt kind of sticks to that oil after a while. You see what it looks like there, and that's perfectly fine. That does not hurt anything. It actually kind of helps it a little bit. The gives it like a shelled coating. But where it starts to fail again is you can see where it washed off, and you see the rust, these areas kind of blistering around again. Those are what I want to deal with now, because those will continue. And this truck actually isn't that bad compared to a lot of our stuff that we have. But wherever you see that bright rust, those are the issues I'm going to try to help out. And the frame on this one looks pretty good. It's probably a better spot to look at what's been done. You can see how it's kind of like waxy still underneath there. And then the next time it gets sprayed, like again, this can stay on here. The next time you spray it, the oil kind of grabs onto that, and you're just making it a little thicker and a little thicker in combination with the dirt. But like the areas where it's washed off and not being protected anymore, I want to re-hit. So what I'm going to go do is go around with a wire wheel and try to knock off just whatever kind of flaky stuff you see. Leaving us just give it a better fighting chance to get down into the lower part of the metal. You can spray it the way it is, but it does help if you could just kind of spend a half hour or so and just kind of knock off that stuff. But again, you look at this frame, it has really no issues. And that's because of what I've done to it in the past. I think I may have done this truck, I think, with fluid film first. That washes off, it seems much faster than what I'm doing now. And I'm sure there's other things that can be used also. But the oil seems to do about the best. This truck has a little over 200,000 miles on it. It is 13 years old. So, alright, let me go and gear up, because this is a crappy, nasty job. And run around and start knocking some of this stuff off. So I dropped the spare tire too, just because I want to get up under there. I don't think I did the last couple times. Doesn't look terrible, but just want to knock off all those little blisters. the hanger itself is in need. The spare tire needs it also. You can kind of see where I already hit already, where the orangey kind of rust is poking up, but I still got some more to do. If I spend another 10 minutes on it, I'm going to go around with an air gun. I'm going to blow out all the crevices and knock out whatever material we can there too. Yeah, let's go hit it with some compressed air. Don't breathe that. That's it. I knocked off whatever was loose underneath. I'm not too worried about the dirt and the plastic wheel wells. They're not going to have much of an issue. But this most of this stuff, you know, this is where we really want to kind of get the oil to soak in and kind of stop this. The worst part of my truck is probably right here. And right there. So on the floor is the aftermath. I don't know if the light's getting us or not. Not too bad. That silver truck's gonna have a lot of crap come off of it. Again, most of this is just dirt more than it is rust of any sort. Not so much in the front. So I'm gonna go clean the floors up first, and then we'll get set up to start doing some spraying. Let's see how well this works. I know it's kind of dark back there. But what we got to work with, I'm running about a 30% diesel, and the rest is that bar and chain oil. I figure we'll start in the back and I'll work my way to the front. I'm going to only do a little bit with the camera on because I don't want the camera getting all contaminated, but I'm sure you'll get the idea after a couple of seconds. So I'll show you the aftermath after it's all done. I think I need to put a respirator on so I'm not breathing all this stuff and I won't be able to talk. But that's kind of what it's starting to look like. So it's probably been about 20 minutes since I sprayed it. The spraying part's the easy part. It probably takes about 15 minutes. It's all the prep and the cleanup afterwards. As you can see on the floor. So let's hop on the creeper. Grab us a light. There's a light still down there. See if we can stay out of harm's way. It's still dripping a little bit, but basically that's the aftermath. I do my best to stay away from, of course, exhaust, rubber bushings, brakes. but especially all the stuff that's, you know, rusty crusty is where you want to get it on there. And all it's really doing is making a moisture barrier so that water can't get to it, and that's what the name of the game is. You want to make it so that even if it's bare metal or rusty metal, there's protection in between, that moisture can't get in and oxygen can't get in. Is where it's blown out, and then I shot a whole bunch up inside that frame rail. That has not gotten any worse. It's been like that almost since I got the truck. And again, I keep shooting fluids up inside there. And the same in the rail, where the holes are in the rail. You know, shoot it that way, and the bottom of the inside of the rail ends up just having a bunch of oil. Eventually just runs down and collects there instead of water running down and collecting there. And that's also why I like to take the compressed air and blow all that out first, so if there's all like chips or leaves or whatever crap is sitting in the bottom there, you blow that out, and then the oil sits on top. Covered up the brakes, and again, I didn't bother. The plastic wheel wells aren't going to rust, so I didn't bother putting it there. But hit the suspension components the best I can, again without hitting the rubber pieces. Kind of shied away from there as much as possible. And it's just what we have to deal with in the Rust Belt. Some of you guys are probably like, man, you don't deal with any of that crap whatsoever. But again, our vehicles die to rust for the most part than they do to, you know, drivetrain issues. So if you can save that, you definitely lengthen the life of them quite a bit. Toyotas are, you know, of course, they're known for their frame rust and their issues with that. The bodies hold up pretty good, and I noticed in our area anyway, Dodge, Chevy, and Ford, the frames seem to hold up pretty good, but the sheet metal on the bodies fail. Or, you know, they get rockers blowing out and the bottom of doors blowing out and that kind of thing around the wheel wells, where these don't seem to have as much a problem. I've seen them do it, but nowhere near as. So I don't see any areas I missed and want to go back at. I probably put of the mixed solution, I probably put about a gallon. I think I filled the bottle up 4 times and sprayed it. So that's it. So I'm going to go throw the tires back on this one, clean up the floor with, I have a stash of old rags for just this occasion, and I might bring in Krusty while I'm already dirty and slimy, and we'll give Krusty a shot too, but we'll see. Let's not forget the spare. Yeah. That's that guy. I'm gonna get that back up in there. It's Krusty's turn. This one shouldn't be nowhere near as much work. Should just need a spray. I got a string right there that I line up to. Alright, let's get this one up in the air. And let's go see how she's holding up. Sorry. And I want to say I probably sprayed this one about 2 years ago, but this one does not get used in the salt, so it shouldn't really get washed off that much. You can see a couple little dry spots here and there. funny when a 55-year-old vehicle looks better than a 13-year-old. Valve cover's leaking a little. Not bad. Looks pretty damn good. Like that looks a little dry. That can use some. And then the front lip is kind of rusty, and I sprayed into that, but it hasn't gotten any worse. That's kind of an area. That's like the last area I didn't really get into. But, all right, let's go get some a reload and give this one a shot. And Krusty's all done. Didn't bother pulling the wheels or anything off, just kind of shot around them. But just more of the same. It'll drip off a bit, whatever doesn't need to be on there, but you definitely want to do this after you work on that area's a little dry. Oh well, next time. You want to do this after you're done working on whatever you're working on. You don't want to have to go and deal with this after you like you don't want to be swapping a transmission in this after you spray it. And you can clean it off. You use carb cleaner and a rag, it will wipe off again if you have to do a repair or a weld or something. But looks like it's holding up quite well. For the new guys, this thing was a shell. Probably the best, not even a shell. Half a shell. All this is new under here. All these outriggers and framing, this is all new stuff. Floors are new. Basically anything that was left over was those two rails. And it was rebuilt from the bottom to the top, including the upper level. But we left the outside its original patina, and then that is got toilet ring wax. All this out here has toilet ring wax rubbed into it, so it doesn't rust any further. It just kind of stays the way it is. Other than the oil leak out of that valve cover, she looks pretty good. So this can kind of go get put away. Maybe after a ride, it's nice out. So that's it. Go for a little cruising, Krusty. Let the wind blow off a little bit. Want to fill it up, put it away with a full tank. Probably still running some more until they do put salt down. I'll run the truck. As far as what I did, this is what I do. You can take it for what it's worth. I make no claims one way or another. It's just what I prefer to do to my vehicles. I use I thinned it with number 2 home heating oil. Problem with that stuff is it's got a bit of a smell. If it was the wife's car, definitely kerosene would probably be a better option. That's just what I had on hand to thin it with. Those two still need to be done. The 4Runner has never been done, and we'll need the same as like the Tundra. They're going around scraping it, blowing it out with air, getting all the built up crap off of it. And then you guys already saw what the Tundra looks like, the silver Tundra. It still needs to be done. Today's like the last warm day. We're supposed to go to 60 or so today, and then plunge down into the cold. Chance of snow, I think, Sunday, possibly. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna go shut you down again, and I want to thank everybody for watching, comment, subscribing, and I'll catch you later. See ya. Need my trailer. You have enough room for the ramps though? Alright. Don't smell any better.
Does it smell any worse?
Not the same.
Oh, wow.
This could go well. This could suck. You gotta go. Give her some give.
I couldn't have done that any better if I'd tried.
The fails are better for ratings though. We're waiting for the wood guys to get out of here. We want to move it around the back and stick it up on 4 logs about a foot off the ground, just to keep the moisture out of the bottom of it until it's time. It's got some parts though. It's getting there. Clean up. Aisle 1.